I've always been obsessed with Woody. Not just the movies, everything about him. I've watched the 4 films hundreds of times, memorized every line, every toy in Andy's room. But nothing prepared me for what I found one night on a shady forum dedicated to lost and deleted movie content. Someone had uploaded a collection of lost, deleted scenes from Toy Story 1, 2, 3, and 4. The files weren't hosted anywhere normal. They were buried deep on a dark web server. I don't remember why I clicked the link, but I couldn't resist. I downloaded all of it, not noticing the files were huge, like impossibly huge for deleted clips. The first scene was from the original Toy Story. Andy's room was empty, dark, the toys unmoving. Suddenly, a new toy appeared. A girl with porcelain white skin, hollow black eyes, and a stitched mouth that looked like it had been ripped open and sewn back wrong. Her dress was torn, burning at the edges as if fire had licked it. Woody looked at her and said, "Andy, who's that?" But the girl didn't answer. She moved unnaturally fast, and then the clip cut, only to return showing her fused with Ham, the piggy bank. His body twisted into a grotesque, fleshy sculpture. His eyes stared blankly as she whispered something I couldn't hear. The next scene was from Toy Story 2. Jessie was spinning in the air, happy as ever. But then the girl appeared again, her face smearing like wet paint. She latched onto Jessie, and the camera jerked as their forms merged. Jessie's voice became warped, a screaming gurgle that was impossible for a toy. Buzz tried to intervene, but the girl's limbs stretched like shadows and pulled him in too. The scene ended with Woody in the foreground, frozen in terror, staring at the camera as if she knew he was next. In a deleted clip from Toy Story 3, the daycare scene was different. The toys weren't just being played with, they were hunted. The girl moved through the shadows, fusing with Mr. Potato Head first, then Rex, then even Lotso. Each time, their bodies warped in impossible ways. Potato pieces became teeth. Rex's scales melted into her skin. Lotso's fur fused into a charred skin-like texture. The footage had no sound except my own breathing. The final clip from Toy Story 4 was the worst. Woody was alone in a darkened room, his usual bravado gone. The girl appeared slowly, standing perfectly still, then lunged. Every toy she had already fused with appeared behind her, their stitched, warped faces turning toward Woody. He ran, but the girl moved faster, morphing through walls, fusing their bodies together mid-air, leaving a trail of distorted, screaming shapes. Woody tried to reach Andy, tried to escape, but the clip ended with him pinned on the floor, the girl's hollow eyes staring directly at the camera as her smile widened impossibly. The last frame was just Woody's hat, crumpled and smoking. I tried to delete the files after that, but my computer wouldn't let me. Every time I opened anything else, a tiny clip of her appeared, just for a second, in the corner of the screen, stitched mouth, twitching. I haven't slept well since. I don't know if these scenes were real deleted content, or if someone had created them as some kind of sick experiment. But I know one thing. Woody doesn't survive in those files. And now, I'm afraid that little girl toy is coming for me too. Scene 1. Andy's bedroom, Toy Story 1. Woody was alone on the floor when a new toy appeared. A girl in a burned, tattered dress, skin white as porcelain, black hollow eyes, and a stitched mouth jagged like torn cloth. She moved unnaturally fast. Before Woody could react, she lunged at Ham. His plastic cracked and warped. The girl fused into his belly, turning him into a grotesque, pig-shaped mannequin covered in black veins. Woody screamed, but the scene cut abruptly. Scene 2, Jesse's first appearance, Toy Story 2. The girl appeared again in Andy's room, spinning in place. Jessie bounced happily, but when the girl touched her, Jessie's body melted into a puddle of twisted plastic and fabric. The girl absorbed her limbs, leaving only a distorted face, screaming silently. Buzz appeared, but the girl's shadowy tendrils ripped his wings off and fused them into her torso. Woody tried to intervene, but froze, staring as his friends disappeared. Scene 3, Mr. Potato Head, Toy Story 1. The girl approached Mr. Potato Head, whispering something inaudible. His parts began to detach violently, twisting around her body. His eyes popped out, his mouth elongated, and suddenly he became a living mask on her chest. The camera stayed on Woody's horrified face as she turned to him slowly. Scene 4, Rex, Toy Story 2. Rex tried to charge, roaring. The girl's body contorted, stretching impossibly, and her fingers pierced his scales. They fused, his green skin melting into her white limbs, creating a monstrous half-dinosaur, half-human figure. His roar became a gurgling scream as Woody could only back away. Scene 5, Slinky Dog, Toy Story 1. Slinky's coils stretched unnaturally, his body writhing like snakes. The girl wrapped around him, merging his metal and springs into her shadowed body. His barking and squeaking became distorted, metallic screams. Woody tried to pull Slinky away, but his hands passed through her as if she weren't solid. Scene 6, Bullseye, Toy Story 2. In a dark corner, Bullseye neighed nervously. The girl's tendrils wrapped around him, piercing his soft plastic skin. His eyes melted into black orbs, and his body fused into hers, creating a horse-headed abomination that looked at Woody and neighed like a scream. Scene 7, Lotso, Toy Story 3. At Sunnyside Daycare, Lotso tried to rally the toys. The girl appeared behind him. His pink fur burned into a flesh-like texture as she merged with him. His signature smile twisted into a stitched gape. All the other toys at the daycare disappeared or fused into her shadow. Woody watched in disbelief as the air filled with the screams of his friends. Scene 8, Forky, Toy Story 4. Forky, normally innocent, turned into a puppet of horror. The girl's fingers stabbed into his spork head, melting it over him. She absorbed him fully, leaving only a dripping, warped mess with his googly eyes staring blankly. Woody's heart pounded as the girl's army of fused toys advanced. Scene 9, Bo Peep, Toy Story 4. Bo Peep tried to defend Woody. The girl grabbed her staff, twisting it into a spike that fused into Bo's torso. Bo's porcelain legs warped, her face cracking as she screamed silently, merging into a hybrid doll with multiple sets of arms and a stitched face. Woody had nowhere to hide. Scene 10, Bullseye and Rex Fusion. In a surreal sequence, the girl fused Rex and Bullseye together, creating a towering abomination, a horse dinosaur hybrid with Rex's teeth and claws. It lumbered toward Woody, dragging the fused forms of other toys behind it. Their screaming mouths were everywhere, whispering his name. Scene 11, The Final Chase. Woody ran through Andy's house, desperate. Every room was now a warped nightmare of fused toys, Ham-Rex hybrids, Jessie Slinky coils, Lotso Forky abominations. The girl moved impossibly fast, merging more and more toys into herself with each step. Her stitched mouth widened as she whispered, "It's your turn." Scene 12, Woody's End. Woody tried to escape into the attic, but the girl was already there. His friends' fused bodies formed a wall behind him, trapping him. She lunged, wrapping him in twisted, melting limbs. His hat fell to the floor as she absorbed him completely. The camera cut to black, leaving only the faint sound of fused, distorted toys whispering, "Andy, Andy, Andy." Epilogue. I thought the files were just a sick joke, but even now, when I close my eyes, I see her stitched mouth grinning. Sometimes, in the corner of my screen, I catch a shadow moving, and I swear I hear Woody screaming. I don't think the lost scenes were meant to be watched. I think they were meant to follow you.